name is Armin Krenn. I'm from Rheinmetall Electronics, and we present you here our digitalization cube. Rheinmetall Electronics, the enabler for digitalized brigade. And we use that tool, that is the tactical core. The tactical core is a tool to connect all communication systems together. You have to know, on a modern battlefield, you have various kinds of communication systems. You have HF, you have UHF, you have SATCOM, you have 4G, 5G cellular nets, and with that core we connect all together. Then we start with our first scenario. You see here our Boxer MIV with the Wintex 2. We have designated targets for fire support. You see our Lunar NG flying and send the data and identify 3 vehicles here in the Redland. We put it in our data network and everybody in the brigade can see that vehicles. We identify the vehicles and the targets. We have position tracking of our drone, and so we decide for engage. We hand over this target information directly to our mortar system. They get the coordination of the vehicles, and so we start firing. Ensure a maximum of interoperability of our weapon system in the brigade. Next scenario, we fly with our Lunar NG. You see the Redland, wide area of operations, reconnaissance mode. We get the geo coordinations, we detect targets. We see it real life with a live picture. We identify the targets with the artificial intelligence in the background. We have artificial intelligence in the background, so we can identify and classify the vehicles. We make a TEVA, threat evaluation and weapon assignment, that is also in the background of our system. And then human on the loop, as the last decision was done by the humans. We're monitoring the impact area, and then we directly start with our loitering munition from the drone. It's a combat drone, Lunar NG from Rheinmetall. We are in an urban environment. Someone shots. I don't know who, I don't know which kind of weapon system. The KI told me active smoke, recommendation, active smoke. Then I start with a mission pod UAV reconnaissance drone. It's included in the Lens 2, you can see it on the right side of our booth. I define an area of interest. The drone shares with me a live picture of the environment, of the houses or the streets. Then I classify a target. It's one person with an RPG. I lock the target and I decide for loitering munition. The loitering munition starts from our mission pod UAV, attacked, confirmed, and then I see a live picture from the Lunar with a battle assessment. That's all possible with extended tactical core and with the dynamic routing of the communication lines.
Yes, this is the area defense weapon. It's an intelligent anti-tank weapon, and as you said correctly, it's a top attack capable. The idea is to bring it out either by hand or either by a mine dispenser or by rocket artillery. The system has several sensors and an artificial intelligence which is capable of identifying the targets. We use payload of the Suchzünder Munition artillery, the Smart 155. As soon as the system identifies a target, it will bring out the payload and the payload will then top attack the target. The Lunar Next Generation, Lunar NG, reconnaissance UAV of the German Armed Forces as the Hussar. We show a different configuration here for the first time. It has the vertical takeoff and landing kit, as you can see at the propellers. Plus, this version can be armed. For example, with gliding bombs or also with submunition. It's a loitering munition, which is capable with a payload of up to 500 grams. There's a small portion of wing and an extender with 4 propellers altogether, and this gives you the capability to take off vertical and land vertical, so you reduce your signature on the battlefield because you need less vehicles, and this gives you more camouflage.
My name is Noah Jankel. I'm the Global Survivability and Complex Integration Manager. Jankel, our show today, we're very much focused on our Fox fleet. A major milestone that we've just hit is we've sold our 500th Fox vehicle globally. Major customers in the range of France, Australia, New Zealand, and others. We are focusing very much strategy-wise on our Toyota-based platforms. Currently, Toyota has announced commonality across the fleet of Fox vehicles, and so we want to drive this home as a real competency and win theme we can offer our customer base. Of course, so the Fox vehicle is a fleet of vehicles offering different versatility for operational use based on a Toyota-based platform. So within the Toyota-based platforms is the Toyota Hilux, 70 series, and even Land Cruisers. Now, within what we're offering at the show as of today and this week, on my right you'll see our rapid response vehicle. This is based on a Toyota Hilux, fully modular, fully capable with integrations such as autonomous weapon systems and comms, ECM, and ECU manipulation as well. So the main feature is commonality, modularity, and supportability. What we really want to offer our customers is a proven base chassis and mobility on an OEM such as Toyota, as I mentioned, but also the supportability of a platform. So we take in the base chassis, we procure from locally sourced garages and dealerships. We would then strip the vehicle back down to its core components, so its chassis, its drive gear, its drive chain. We do the upgrades where necessary to the drive gear and the drive train, and then from there we would produce a modular top depending on the requirements. This is a completely UK designed and developed product where, for instance, here you can see a recce configuration, but we can do ambulance configurations, we can do troop carrying variations. It very much depends. What we pride ourselves on at Jankel is we listen to the customer and integrate the requirements of the customer into the finished product. So what you see here might not be the finished product for certain other customers, but it gives a very good example of what we look to provide. This is based on a Mercedes Unimog. The Mercedes Unimog, as I'm sure everyone is aware, is a trial and proven platform across militaries around the world. What we've done here is we've taken the base vehicle, but we've done even more of an intrusive activity where we've stripped the vehicle down once again, and we've created a true built-for-purpose product with the modularity, as I mentioned before. So what you see here is a fully modular top with armor capability of up to standard level 1 or more, depending on the requirement. This is fully integrated with the systems and interfaces as per. But the real trick on here is the rear. So the rear back is a cargo bed. So what we're looking to do is promote this around, and we really think this is a great product for global militaries, as it kind of ticks all the boxes as required, and a fully tested certified product at the end of it as well. So at Jankel, we want to offer a truly modular, supportable, and cost-effective solution where potentially the customer does not want to go to a ground-up built vehicle built for purpose for military. I think that the name of the game is I said modular before, but supportable and really work with the customer. In this case, you can see here two platforms that are based on commercial chassis. However, our engineering capability spans more than just the Mercedes and Toyota that you've heard here. We want to listen to the customer, understand what it is, but leverage the lessons learned on both of these, keep production and support UK content and industry as well.
Okay, so this is Patria AMV XP 8x8 armored vehicle, and here in DSEI we have it in infantry fighting vehicle configuration. The vehicle is equipped with Rafale Samson 30 weapon system, which has the 30mm autocannon, auxiliary machine gun, and anti-tank guided missiles. And also the smoke grenade launchers are integrated to the turret. In this configuration, the vehicle weighs around 31 tons approximately. The maximum weight for this vehicle is 32 tons, which includes everything: the dismounted soldiers, their gear, ammunition, whatever needed. This vehicle is protected with on the ballistic level side, it's on a Stanak level 4, and the mine protection is on Stanak level 4 A/B, so this vehicle is pretty well protected. There are also some other solutions available for even higher protection levels. This vehicle is equipped also with the situational awareness system, one of Patria's own, and also from Vegvisir from Estonia. Vehicle is also having integrated radio system from Bittium Finland, software-defined radio, which is located next to the vehicle commander seat over there. Vehicle has also integrated intercom system from Savox, which is a company from Finland, and there are wired connections for the driver, commander and the gunner, but for the dismounted soldiers we have a wireless extension for that. So that makes it possible for the dismounted soldiers to be still in contact with the vehicle even up to 200 meters without using the tactical radio.
My name is Ingvar Pärnamäe and I'm CEO of Veegvisiir. Just yesterday we finally closed the first phase of the development and we launched the actual product to the market. So now we can say that there is at least actually two different products on the market from our side. One is Veegvisiir core system, what is designed having in mind manned platforms such as armored vehicles, main battle tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, also patrol boats for example. And then another one is what we call a Veegvisiir remote, which is designed specifically for unmanned systems or optionally manned systems. So already from the very beginning we have in mind the future combat, land combat or naval combat, where you have potentially manned, optionally manned, unmanned systems working closely together, and we have designed this system for them. And the system what we discuss about is a mixed reality based situational awareness system. So it brings together the real world and the virtual world. In a real world domain we enable you see-through armor capability. And then on virtual part we can bring you visually any digital battlefield information what is relevant for your mission. So such as PMS data or vehicle telemetry or drone image or navigation or things like that. So as long as it makes militarily any sense, we can basically make it happen. What you see here is just one camera block, which is just one part of our complete systems, composed of cameras which are placed outside of the vehicle or a vessel. Then we have a mission computer which creates 360-degree virtual dome around the vehicle. And then we visualize this virtual dome to the headsets. And we use virtual reality headsets, which are actually originally designed for drone racing. And drone racing headsets are very nice because they are designed for very low latency systems. And so does our system, because when you are sitting inside a moving vehicle or on a vessel on a very rough sea, then vehicle movement and what you see and what you feel through your body, this has to match with each other. Therefore, latency is one of the most critical aspects in our system, and we have got it really low. And that makes it possible even to use those kind of systems. Otherwise, you would feel motion sickness. And this has been an issue with these kind of systems that far. But we have now sub 50 milliseconds latency, what we can promise to you. And this is already low enough so that you cannot notice the delay. So basically, as described before, then here you can see the merger of two worlds, so real world and the virtual world. And then you see virtual overlays, those lines, some symbols there, and this gives you those kind of virtual overlay, which altogether then creates a mixed reality. And through that you get enhanced image of the real world, which is much smarter and helps you to make faster decisions and hopefully also more correct decisions, because you know more, your situational awareness is higher, and this is a way how you can act much better and faster and safer on a battlefield. So here you also see in a bottom area you see the main view, which is about 180-degree view, which gives you the full view to the front. Then if you look up, then you see three smaller screens which pop up and pop back if you do look down. Those are your rear view mirrors basically, because what we are looking here actually is resembling the driver's seat. So we have created 360-degree full awareness by modeling basically your situation from your regular car. So instead of looking over the shoulder, you just look up and you see those rear view mirrors which automatically pop up and show you what you see from back cameras. What you also see, for example, here are the clock numbers in upper parts, that gives you the direction, which always in a battlefield is important, that you would know where are you heading at. Then you see small dots there, yellow dot and blue dot. This is to make you understand where your teammate is looking at. So the blue dot is where you are looking at, or where in this case Karl is looking at, and the yellow one is another user. So the use case here is that in very many cases commander looks at something, and then the rest of the team inside the vehicle needs to know actually where the commander is looking for. And through that kind of understanding that where your teammates are looking at, we can again speed up the process inside the vehicle and make the whole vehicle as a team more ready or faster ready to engage if so needed. Then we can also show you the how we basically do a military version of Waze app. So basically the same thing we can do here. So Karl, can you show us how it works? So basically we open a map layer which we can basically guide through the headsets. And when we see something interesting and we want to report it to the other users of Wegvisier, then we basically place a point of interest. We can choose from menu that what kind of threat or object is it, and then basically report it. And then it's placed on a map where it was seen, and automatically every user who uses in the same network Wegvisier system will see it appearing on a screen just like that on your left. So through that we can create battlefield management system enhancement as we go, or on the go. And we can send this information back to the command center where they can fuse it in the rest of the battlefield management system, and therefore we can enlarge the actual situational awareness quite a bit through these kind of features. We can use this system during daytime and nighttime because we use also thermal cameras here. The crew has to be combat ready for 24/7 and in any weather. So that's why we have included that already in, and users can of course select that how many thermal images they want to use and which directions will be covered by thermal imager. But in a standard default setup we recommend one in the front and one in the back so that you have main two directions covered. But basically you can cover the whole 360 degree with thermal images as well if your mission requires. So option is, yeah, we'll say decision is up to the end user to make.